Good morning, this is Sandy and welcome to my channel and the first installment of the Pinspiration collaboration hosted by Megan W., where we create projects inspired by pins on our Pinterest boards. This week's project was inspired by Amanda Coleman Design at We Are Memory Keepers. You can find the link below. Let's get started. To create the fuse shaker card, you need three things. You need some fuse paper, you need a pouch to hold your sequins. With this kit, the sequin pouches came little plastic pouches that you seal with your fuse tool, but you can also use the sheet protectors or ATC card pouches. You can just cut out a little square or a section of that type of protector and use that to hold your sequins. What you see I'm doing right now is I noticed there was a hole in my pouch after I sealed it, so I'm going to reseal it, put the sequin inside and reseal it again. And then I'm going to secure it to the back of the fuse paper, which will be my card front. My fuse tool kit came with a ruler, but you can use any metal ruler. I was using my other ruler before I started using my fuse ruler to help you secure a straight line with your fuse tool. It takes practice using this tool to get your seams to seal. As you see, I had to redo that one. Now I'm going to secure it to the back of the fuse paper, which is my card front, on all four corners. I'm not going to seal it all the way around because it's easier. It'll secure and hold just the same with just by securing the corners. What the fuse tool does on this paper is it creates like a weld, plastic to plastic. It seals it together, and it also using this particular tool tip, it creates a line that looks somewhat like a sewn line, so it's somewhat decorative. This kit I bought from HSN probably back in 2016, and it came with fuse paper, actual cards, and that you would use to seal your sequins. It came with sequins and the pouches to put them in, and lots of embellishments that can be fused to the front. The embellishments are created out of the same paper as the card, and they're all plastic based, so they will actually melt together. Here I'm checking to make sure my seams are secure. And right now, I'm going to secure the last corner, and then we're going to turn it over and work on our embellishments. Let me tell you a little bit about Pinspiration collaboration. This is another collaboration hosted by Megan W. We had so much fun with our previous collaboration that we did with her, which was Scrap Bin Saturdays, and I hope everyone enjoyed that. I know I enjoyed working on projects for that, and actually organizing my scrap bin was the best part of the whole thing. So I believe this new collab, Pinspiration collab, will be for about 5 weeks. I believe it's going to end sometime in May, and there's about at least 11 ladies who've signed up. I'm not really sure. I didn't count everyone. Sorry, but they're listed below, and their videos we're gonna all be scheduled to go on at the same time, so you can go from channel to channel and watch what everyone's created from their Pinterest boards. This Pinterest board is probably one of my first Pinterest boards I created. Maybe not, because I have a lot of sewing and quilting boards out there. I do a lot of different type of crafting, sewing, quilting, crocheting, paper crafts now since I bought my Cricut, also in 2016. And But now I'm using a lot more die cuts, so that's interesting too. So you'll see a lot of things. I haven't really used my Cricut in a while. But here I am securing the embellishments to the front of the card. I'm sorry. Getting back on track. And please forgive the background television. I was watching a TV show and popping my gum. I'm really sorry. I won't do that again. I didn't realize that when you did a voiceover, you could still hear the background noise. Sorry. But as you can see, you gotta apply. It's kind of like a practice hand with this fusing these two papers together, the embellishment and on top of the other fused paper. They're both made out of the same material, but you have to apply a little more pressure and hold it a little longer. But also remember, by holding it longer, you're melting this plastic. So it's trial and error. You basically have to practice working on this to see how it's going to actually fuse. So I think I tried this a couple of times to get it to fuse, but it actually worked after a while. I'm using that word a lot, fuse. I think I'm gonna try to use the word adhere. I don't know. I just don't like repeating the same things over. I'm not a linguist or a great vocal communicator. I don't talk a lot. I'm more of a thinker. But anyway, it is fused. Finally, we got it together. And now we're going to take our card front, our card base, actually. These are cards that I got from Michael's Hot Buys. I really love these colors, and by coincidence, they just happen to match. I would have used white cardstock or some other cardstock, but these cards actually match, and I like to get the plain ones so that I can decorate them. And I'm just going to use the regular, well, actually right now I'm trimming the card because it's the same size as a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch front, and I want to leave a little border, so I'm taking some off the edge. I'm one of those people who don't like to measure either. I will measure sometimes, but a lot of times I don't like to measure. And because I've already infused my embellishments on here, I'm trying to get it even when I'm trimming it up. And that's my Martha Stewart paper cutter. I had several. I think I bought this at Tuesday morning when it was like Martha Stewart punches and equipment was like $2.99. It was on sale, so I got that paper cutter, which was my paper cutter number 3. But it was $2.99. You couldn't leave it in the store. You could always use it. So now I have a paper cutter almost in every room. So it's good. I craft all over my house. I have a room for crafting, but I craft all over my house depending on the mood I'm in and what I'm doing. So I think I got it pretty much squared away. I'm just going to use this Elmer's dry adhesive here to secure. The back. I actually did 2 cards today. I guess one was sufficient, but I wanted to do it again. I wanted to try it again. Usually when I'm making anything, embellishments or well, you know, embellishments or cards, or I do everything more than once. It's just like I get an idea in my head and it's like, okay, I'm practicing, and then I want to put it down and I want to try it again. So I will have several of one project, just because I do it until I feel like, okay, you got this now. So here's our first card with the flower, and it says thinking of you. Sorry I didn't get a close-up. Remember, I'm new at this. I'll get better as I go along. I promise I'll get better. I hope the background noise isn't too distracting, or me popping my gum. For some reason, popping gum helps me to concentrate. When I'm on the job, people will come over and look at me. But I'm like, I'm sorry. I'll have my headphones on and I'm popping gum, but I'm getting my work done because it's hard to concentrate in an environment. I'm finding it harder to concentrate as I get older because there's so many distractions. This card, actually, I already had adhered everything to it prior to taping, and I'm just adhering the front on this one. I had already secured the sequins to the back and the embellishments on the front, and I'm just now adhering it to the card base. So this will go rather quickly. I want to thank everyone for joining me this morning, and I encourage you to continue on with the ladies for a few minutes more and see what they have for you. Next week, I'm going to look at my boards and see what else I have out there to make. Maybe I'll make something else with my fuse, because there's many things you can make with your fuse. I have a couple of things on my board I'd like to try, so maybe I'll continue on with my fuse throughout the series. But anyway, here you go. Here's the second card, and here's the first card. Thank you for watching. Come back again next week, and remember to visit our other collaborators listed below. God bless, and have a great day. Bye-bye.